Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This video is another video in the series of rules to deal with narcissistic people, and this is rule number 14. Resist and refuse. Now when it comes to dealing with narcissistic people, your safety always comes first. So if you were to be living with a narcissistic person that has a challenging temperament to deal with, this might not be the best method to use. If you're going through a court case with a narcissistic person where the judge is only getting snippets of your life, snippets of the messages, doesn't fully get the background story, this isn't always the best method to use. And without awareness of what narcissism is, without understanding of what these kinds of people are doing, this isn't the easiest method to use, as more often than not, narcissistic people are going to play games where we play straight into their hands. They're going to be some of the most offensive people you could ever meet, which naturally gets us on our defences. They're going to smear your name, which naturally wants to get you to clear your name. So in one sense, the refuse and resist, or resist and refuse, is going against your human nature. It's going against the grain. However, narcissistic people tend to use human nature against you to get their requirements met from you. So when it comes to dealing with narcissistic people, we have to refuse to accept their behaviour as normal when it isn't normal, which is very difficult to see, because when you're raised by narcissistic people, it can seem very normal. When people don't understand the situation you're in, they can stick up for the narcissistic person. However, we have to learn to refuse to accept behaviour from those we are unwilling to behave in a manner towards those. We have to create our own values, our own beliefs, and refuse to accept behaviour that is unacceptable, because the more we accept behaviour that goes against our beliefs and our values, the worse we're going to feel. We have to refuse to take part. We have to refuse to take part in the arguments. We have to refuse to take part in the conversation. We can then feel like we're becoming narcissistic by turning to these methods to cope with narcissistic people. And that's exactly where a narcissist wants you. They want to use your compassion against you. They want to use your ability to communicate against you. They want to use your ability to validate other people's feelings. They want to use the fact that you want to be understood against you, so they can leverage what you say to them to their advantage. We have to begin to refuse to adjust ourselves into suiting them. We try to adjust our communication on a level that they will understand. However, a narcissistic person is only going to understand the parts of the communication that they want to hear. They're only going to pick out the bits that's going to work in the narcissist's favour, which is why it's best to stop communicating with those who are unable or unwilling to consider your needs, who are extremely insincere people. We have to refuse to do for them things that they wouldn't even do for us, or they would only do for us in order to exploit us. We have to refuse to give them money, stop loaning them things, stop lending people things who end up claiming you gave it to them, or bring it back damaged, or don't bring it back at all, or claim that you never lent it to them. Stop giving them money. Stop helping those who are unappreciative of your help. Stop helping those who take advantage of your help. Refuse to help those who use your helpfulness against you to exploit you. Stop loaning things to those who don't respect the things you've loaned to them and don't respect the who you are as a person, to hold themselves accountable to their own words, who instead will lie and deny and shift the blame so that they don't have to take responsibility for their very own behaviour. No longer receive goods from them. Narcissistic people are very good at love bombing, and the giving of gifts, the giving of some form of service is one of the ways they create those feelings of obligation and gratitude within you. So stop receiving these things from them. Say no. Stop accepting help from those who are using their help to exploit your emotions. No longer consider their feelings, which is a very, very difficult thing to do when you have compassion for other people and you care about other people and you love other people. However, a narcissist uses the fact that you care about their feelings, that you care about them, as leverage to exploit your feelings, to make you feel bad, to make you feel guilty, to make you do things that you wouldn't ordinarily do, and to make you do things for them that go against your morals, that go against your beliefs. And this is very difficult when you're suffering from things such as sleep deprivation, which is usually caused by a narcissistic person, because your moral judgment can go out of the window with lack of sleep. And to do this, to refuse the narcissist, we have to learn to resist temptation, because a narcissist is going to suck you into their games with that temptation of your natural human instincts to want to defend yourself, to want to help other people out, to want to loan people things who are going through difficult times, to want to help people who are going through difficult times. And we can loan genuine people things, we can help genuine people. However, as soon as somebody takes advantage of your helpfulness once, as soon as somebody doesn't respect the fact that you loaned them something once, that is then the time to refuse to do it again. Refuse to comply with a narcissist's demands. Not something you want to do in the middle of a court case, because a narcissist is going to go all out to create drama and create conflict and churn over the same thing over and over and over again to get at you, to frustrate you, to wear you down, to bait you into reacting towards them. And once you've reacted towards them, the narcissist has all the evidence they need to claim that you're the one with the issue. A narcissist is going to go through any loophole, they're going to go through anything they know they can get at you with to get at you. And you have got to resist this and refuse to give in to them. Fight against those attacking you by refusing to give in to them. When a narcissist is gaslighting you, when they're claiming that you heard something you didn't hear, or you didn't hear something you definitely heard, don't go into combat with them. Don't start arguing your point with them. Recognize they're trying to gaslight my reality. Resist the temptation to prove your point and refuse to continue the conversation with them. They've shown who they are by trying to gaslight you, which is very difficult when we don't know what gaslighting is, because they do it in such a way that we are the ones that end up thinking, oh, did I not hear that? Did I not see that? Did they not say that? Or maybe it is me then. And we have to resist the temptation to blame ourselves for everything that's going wrong within the narcissist's life. When the narcissist is smearing our name, which a narcissist is going to come up with so many false accusations to ruin your reputation, it's human nature to want to defend ourselves and clear our name. However, we need to resist the temptation in doing this, because a narcissist is going to use what we say to clear our name against us, to further their smear campaign against us. Our best defense, more often than not, within a narcissist smear campaign is to stay quiet, make a plan to focus on our future and our lives and leave the narcissist to it. When a narcissist is provoking us, when they're baiting us, we need to learn to resist the temptation of reacting to that, which is incredibly difficult when you've got that build-up of emotions, when you're under that much stress, that much pressure, that much frustration from the narcissist, mixed in with perhaps some sleep deprivation. It's incredibly easy and natural to react to their baiting, which is all a narcissist needs to stand back and say, wow, what's wrong with you? What's your problem? And gaslight your reality. Claim that you're the one that needs help. So once we can recognize what they are doing, we have to hold on to the recognition of the game that they are playing and resist the urge to react to them, and recognize that the best way to defend ourselves is by leaving them to it. Narcissistic people are after that supply of attention, and when they're no longer getting that supply of attention that they are after, they will usually unfortunately find somebody else. When they blame you, when they shame you, when they discredit you, resist the urge to take it personally. Human nature, natural to take things personally, natural to question ourselves, unless you're a narcissistic person, and that's very unnatural because they just blame and question everybody else. However, when a narcissist is blaming and shaming you, resist the urge to take it personally and recognize what they're doing to you. When they're playing the victim, resist the temptation to want to go and help them, to want to go and support them. Recognize that this is a game that they play on a continuous basis. They have that pattern of behavior, and every time you try to help them when they play the victim, they just play the victim all the more to gain that sympathetic attention from you or from those around you. And it's very difficult because sometimes we don't know who is a genuine victim and who isn't. So it is going on that pattern of behavior of how they've treated you or treated those around you. When they fall silent on you, resist the urge to chase them, resist the urge to get that communication from you. Resist the urge to get that communication with them. When a narcissist falls silent on you, they're expecting you to chase them. They're expecting you to give in to their demands. They're throwing a major tantrum because they didn't get what they wanted from you. And as soon as you chase them, they feel special, they feel superior. And this gives them the supply of attention that they require. If you fall silent on a narcissist who's fallen silent on you, more often than not, they will leave you alone. Now, when you're dealing with a narcissistic family member that seems to take it in turns of which family member they're going to fall silent on because that family member didn't do something for them, stay silent. When they choose you to fall silent on, stay silent on them. A narcissist will still go around blaming and shaming you and smearing your name and claiming it's all your fault. However, the more you stay silent, the less they're not going to come and communicate with you because they don't think they're in the wrong. They think you should communicate with them, and then they're technically out of your lives. They might be in your life via a third person smearing your name. That's none of your business. Leave them to it. Or they might come back a years down the line and just say, hey, how are things? Like nothing ever happened. And just say, yeah, great, and leave them to it. Resist the urge to chase them for answers. They're not going to give you the closure or the answers that you want. They're just going to gaslight you to serve their own needs. Resist the urge to gossip. Narcissistic people are experts at dragging you into smear campaigns and slander and gossip as they play the victim oh so well, and they drag you into that game of triangulation to divide people so that the narcissist can isolate people, so that people don't recognize what the narcissist is truly doing to others. So resist the urge to gossip. When we hear people have done things, when we see a snippet of the story, it's very easy to get dragged into that gossip. However, we need to resist the temptation and stand back and recognise what they're doing. And I don't want to take part in that, thank you. A narcissist is going to go all out to chip away at you, and you have got to go all out to seemingly remain unaffected to the narcissist. Behind closed doors, you might have several emotions that you need to work through, that you need to process, that you need to deal with. Resist the urge, resist the temptation to show these emotions to the narcissistic person, because a narcissist will stand there and watch you cry over the pain they have caused you with a glint in their eye, no remorse, no apology, and they will keep winding you up and blame you for the pain they've caused you. Stand your ground. Refuse to take part in their games and resist the temptation to take part in their games. Again, when you're living with a narcissistic person, you do need to be careful, because many of them will up their games. The best approach is to get yourself to safety first. When it comes to extended family members, a narcissistic friend that you don't see very often, resist and refuse is a great method to use. If anyone has any thoughts on this video, please do add those into the comments. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw, and this channel is all about narcissistic behaviour. If you find the information helpful on the channel, then please do subscribe. If you're looking for further help and support and understanding in overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.